Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Workin Women Wednesday. It's your girl, Cecilia Towns, the Sporty Esquire here. And you know, Workin Women Wednesday is the series where I tell you what I wish I knew when I was starting as a professional. I pull from my experience as an athlete, as an attorney, as an entrepreneur to essentially help you be better than me. So, you know, I love Workin Women Wednesday, but I'm especially excited about this Workin Women Wednesday because it's the last one before the Gladiators Women in Sports mixer. Now, I've been talking about this mixer for months. You guys should know by now that it's geared at connecting women in sports or women who want to work in the sports industry. We're going to have a panel of experts. We're going to have food, drinks, music, giveaways. It's going to be a great event. So in honor of that, today's Workin Women Wednesday is going to be about a tool that can help women who attend the mixer or help women in general as they're networking. So we're talking about an elevator pitch. We're going to talk about what an elevator pitch is, what's in an elevator pitch, and why you need an elevator pitch. So as usual, we're going to jump right in. So what's an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch is essentially a very succinct, persuasive sales pitch. They're used across industries, and it's really designed or geared at getting people to buy products or buy into an idea. Now, when I speak about it today, I'm talking about more of a personal sales pitch. So it's going to be telling people who you are, what you do, and hopefully persuades them to work with you, right? To be interested in working with you. They're only 20 to 30 seconds long. So that's like a few sentences. You shouldn't be giving people paragraphs if you're trying to give somebody your elevator pitch. The other thing that you should know about an elevator pitch is that it should be rehearsed, but it doesn't have to be, and it probably shouldn't be memorized. Sometimes when we memorize things, we sound like robots, but you just want to sound confident. You want to sound like you know what you're talking about, not like a robot. So what's in an elevator pitch? The first thing that's in it is it tells people who you are, right? And that's not just, oh, my name is Cecilia Nicole Towns. That's not it. It's supposed to give people an idea of your personality, why you're unique. So one of the things I do with my elevator pitch is I include the Sporty Esquire in there sometimes. Just kind of, shows a little of my personality. The second thing that you want in there is you want to tell people what you do. And you want to keep it as general as possible so that a lot of different people can relate to it, right? If you are in an industry that's very, very technical, like maybe you're in medicine or maybe you're in the tech world or sometimes even the law, you can really get bogged down in things. You start talking about things and people don't understand what you're talking about. You don't want to do that with the elevator pitch. You want somebody to hear your elevator pitch and immediately be able to visualize what you do, why it's important on a day-to-day basis. The other thing that needs to be in your elevator pitch, it needs to tell where you're going, right? It needs to tell the end goal. So it's great if you tell somebody your name. It's great if you tell somebody what you do. But in order to reel people in, they need to be able to see how they can fit in to your story. Either they want to work with you or they want to help you or they just want to support you in some way. So that's why you have to tell people where you're going. So let's take a hairstylist, for instance, and her name's going to be Crystal. So if Crystal's at a hair networking event, she introduces herself. She says, my name is Crystal, I'm a hairstylist. She should also say, what her goal is with hairstyling. So my name is Crystal, I'm a hairstylist, and my goal is to make sure that women learn how to take care of their own hair in a healthy way, right? So that kind of reels people in and it shows people what she's driving at. And then the last thing that needs to be in your elevator pitch is that you really need to be able to show people why they want to support you, why they want to work with you. Now, that's not necessarily you saying, my name is XYZ, I do this, and this is why you should work with me. No, what I mean is that it's subtle in that by the end of your elevator pitch, people should be like sucked in, like, yeah, I want to work with them. They seem cool. What they're doing seems very helpful to society, whatever it is, that's what you want the end result of your elevator pitch to be. So why do you even need one, right? Can't I just show up at the Women in Sports Mixer, tell the people my name, and that be the end of it, and tell people what I do. No, that's not the end of it. We've all been in a situation in a networking event where you tell somebody your name, they tell you their name, they tell you what they're doing, and then there's awkward, dead silence. Womp womp. You don't want to be in that position. An elevator pitch prevents you from being in that position. It immediately gives people something to sort of hold on to. So, when you tell people things that when you give your elevator pitch, people can immediately say, oh, well, that sounds interesting. I'll ask a question about that. Or, whoa, we have a connection because I do the same thing, or I'm interested in the same thing. Another reason why you should have an elevator pitch is it helps you kind of cut to the chase. One of the big complaints that people have about networking is they say, well, I go here and I meet these people and I have no idea whether I should keep in contact with them or whether, it's just worth my time. Well, an elevator pitch helps you figure that out very quickly. You hear somebody's elevator pitch, they tell you who they are, where they're going, what they're doing. If it doesn't align with you, it's a quick, psh, nice knowing you. I got to go meet somebody else. And say, or the reverse could be true. This is great, where we have a sort of synergy, like let's keep in contact. Another reason you want to have an elevator speech, especially at networking events, is because it makes you memorable. If you think about a networking event, you're probably easily going to meet 15, 20 different people. You go home, you look at the business cards, you can't really remember who said what, but if you have an elevator pitch, people will remember you. They'll remember that Crystal is the girl that wants to keep people's hair healthy. So when they see that card, they're going to immediately reach out to you if they're interested in doing what you're doing. And finally, for me, I find elevator pitches to be very helpful because I think of them as like a personal guide. So when opportunities come my way to be involved in something, I kind of can go back to my personal statement and I could say, oh, well, this doesn't align with anything I'm doing. It doesn't align with where I want to be going, so it's a no. Or, yes, this is right in line with my brand. This is who I want to impact. Sign me up. Get it? Got it. So there it is. That's why you should have an elevator pitch. It makes networking easier. It makes you memorable. It just helps you cut to the chase. And it's really easy to come up with. It's 30 seconds of who you are, what you do, where you want to go. And you need it to make connections with people. So before I leave, I want to tell you my elevator pitch, just to show you how easy it is. Are you ready? Here you go. My name is Cecilia Towns. I'm the Sporty Esquire. I'm a former student athlete turned attorney turned advocate for women in sports. I write about women in sports. I teach women in sports, and I support women in sports. At the end of the day, I really and truly just want to help women in the sports industry, maximize their potential, whether they be athletes, former athletes, current athletes who need to figure out their life in sports, whether they just be women who happen to work in the sports industry. My goal is to help them live powerful, successful, impactful lives. And that's it. Super easy, right? So thanks again for spending a few minutes with me on Workin Women Wednesday. If you're in Atlanta, I hope to see you tomorrow at our mixer. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.